Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. We talked about something that you will hear in the regular podcast, and there was comments from people telling Marks what he needs to know about, or some of the inside jokes, because Marks is our brand new producer, and so he's already been drinking from a fire hose of just doing this job on a daily basis. And then you factor in the big personalities that both Betty and I have, and the stories and 20 years of history. It's a tough room.
It's a fire hose of Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. So it's a tough room to get in, and we want to indoctrinate you so that you know what we know. But I was thinking about it because one of the guys, I think it might have been Jer, who's one of our Poddies, brought up the lipstick lady and the Blue Ridge barbecue guy. And they were like, you have to explain that to Marks. Okay, so I'm curious, though, Marks, you seem like a pretty even-keeled guy. That was one of the reasons we liked you, because Betty can be a little, like, all over the place and a lot. She can be a lot.
You have to rein her in.
100%.
Sure.
And so we like...
You know what? I might be small in stature, but I'm big in personality.
And I tend to be the same way. I tend to be an overreactor and things like that. In your personal life, though, like if you're in a situation where you feel that you are being taken advantage of or you're being wronged, you know, do you, and say a restaurant,
Sure.
Do you say anything about it?
It depends, but typically I will tell everyone close to me and my wife about it, and I'll be very dramatic with it and very frustrated.
But
and
you
over
just
the top.
eat it in the
But I usually
moment.
eat it in the moment. Yeah, exactly.
I get that. I do get that. Because like I will get pushed to a point, and then
you have a fuse.
I do, and I'll take it a lot longer than I probably should at times, you know. So I'm looking for a song here too, because I wanna play this. Here we go. I think this might be it. And like I'll take it for a little bit, but then there's a point at which it just gets to be too much for me. And that was my Blue Ridge barbecue incident, okay? So we went to this place. We were on vacation. We go to Blue Ridge barbecue. And
Here we go. Buckle
we're like,
up.
I know. I'm going to try and tell it as quickly as possible because I know Poddies know the story. So we walk in. We make an order. There's 4 of us. We make an order. Then we sit there and we wait. A bunch of other people come in, and they order the exact same thing we ordered. And they get their food. They eat their entire meal, and then they leave. And I'm like so worked up. My wife's like, just be calm, it's fine. And again, like when people were getting their meal, eating their meal, and leaving, and they've ordered the same thing, there's no explanation for that other than you forgot to make our food and you forgot we were here. And it's a tiny place. It's no bigger than this studio almost.
It probably doesn't help that you were already very hangry at that moment.
Yes. And so we're there. And so I'm going to say something. So I go up and I go, hey, dude, not for nothing, but like we've been here an hour. These people have come and gone and eaten, and we ordered like the same thing. And he's like, well, this isn't McDonald's. And I'm like, bull! This is where you, as a business owner, should be like, I am so sorry. We lost your order. Let me make it up to you. What can I do for you? You know, when he said that, and then like a Nate Bargatze line was circling around in my head where he's like, yeah, you know, Walmart used to be a mom and pop thing too until they got their act together. You know, I'm like, no, dude, you barbecue is something you make yesterday. You make it for 24 hours yesterday. It literally is chopping it up and putting it on a bun. That's all you have to do. This is not a hard situation here. And so then my wife is getting embarrassed, and I'm getting like more and more worked up. And so I'm like, just give it to me to go. Just when you, and crazy thing is, they were able to whip it up in about 2 minutes. So I was so mad.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, but would you have said something, or would you have just waited, got your food, and peacefully left?
I would have said something within like 30 minutes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
See, I'm not crazy. People think I'm crazy. If Mark's the most balanced person on this show, or maybe even planet, would have said something,
Bold
then I'm
statements.
justified.
Bold statements being thrown around.
Well, I actually got to come home from that thing, and recently I put together a song about the Blue Ridge barbecue incident. And it kind of walks people through what happened in case you aren't fully familiar with it.
I sat there in the corner booth, just confused as I could be. How long does it really take to get some barbecue and tea. You said, sir, this ain't McDonald's. I said, yes, sir, you are right. 'Cause McDonald takes my order, then gives it to me right. It takes just a couple minutes to put some meat there on a bun. But for you, it took an hour, and I was the only one. Yes, I got mad, and yes, I feel bad. So I'm sorry I came to your place. Sorry you got in my face. Sorry you need extra grace for the way you treated me. Sorry your brisket is so cold. Sorry your ribs are dry and old. Sorry your sweet tea tastes like mold. And guess all I can say, I'm sure I'll meet my sorry someday. But someday's not today.
And when you hear the story and then you hear the song, I pretty much captured all of it.
Yeah, you did.
You know?
You hit all the bullet points.
That's a banger.
Yeah, I actually want to do that as a country song. Sorry. I mean,
that is a country song.
well, but not about the barbecue, but a real like a relationship song. Like I'm sorry, but like I'm sure I'll mean my sorry someday, but someday's not today.
Wally has dreams and aspirations outside.
Oh
of
yeah.
this.
Oh, I do. Like I do. I have pretty much almost a country album I could write right now. Just from my life. So anyway.
Because you are that country boy.
Yeah, and if I am lucky enough to win the lottery, then I will make that dream come true. Did you guys see the lottery stuff? We don't. Yeah, segue, professional. We don't talk a ton about the lottery because some people think it's gambling and things like that. I think if you're like anything, it's like balance. Like the Bible talks about drinking, and it's like don't be drunk. And so some people have a glass of wine, but they're not getting drunk, and it's and that's their choice. And I'm not a drinker, but every once in a while, but like I don't think it's wrong, unless you're getting hammered. Then it crosses that line. But like the lottery is one of those things. Like if you're selling your plasma for lottery tickets, or you're not making your mortgage because you're buying lottery stuff, or you got a gambling problem, that's an issue. But for me, like every once in a while when it gets really big, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that'd be fun. Like the dream of that. But then I've stopped playing though, and not because of like a moral conviction, but because I just know that God will never let me win.
Dang.
It won't. It just won't. Because in my life prior to this, money was always my security. And it was the thing that I put my faith in, my hope in, my trust in. And I think that if I had all this money, it would bring a lot of peace because you don't have to worry about your AC breaking. You don't have to do this. Money buys peace, but it doesn't buy happiness, kind of thing. And so I think in just God's economy, he's like, yeah, you will not do that well. Yeah, you'll promise to tithe and you'll help some people and all that other stuff, but then you'll worry about it dwindling. And you could win hundreds of millions of dollars and still be worried about it dwindling. Because like I look at something that's close to $1 billion and I'm like, when you start doing the math, it's not that great,
All those taxes.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Okay, so here's the thing. So this thing got up to like 748 million the other day. It's higher than that now, but I'll go through it from what the standpoint of like based on the $748,000 or $740 million. I can't even talk right now. $740 million. So they say if you win this, the experts are like, okay, you need to get a financial advisor right away. Stay quiet. Secure the ticket. Don't talk to anybody about it. And then you have to choose between the lump sum and the annuity. The annuity is 30 payments, so one payment a year for 30 years. And so when you start doing the math, most people want the money now because it's like instant gratification. So they want that, what they think is going to be $748 million now. But that's not what happens. So let's walk through it for a hot second. You get $748 million. If you take the lump sum payout, you are getting $325 million. So you still go, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I could live on that for like a month.
Still win.
Right. I mean, I'm going to buy a battleship, so most of it's going to go to that.
I was thinking, like a house.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm getting a battleship. Are you
straight
kidding
to
me?
battleship.
See, this is why you shouldn't win either, because you're not going to use it well.
I don't dream big enough.
So there's the lottery just kept $423 million as the privilege of you getting that lump sum payment. They kept $100 million more than you got. from that. So that's step one. That's wrong.
That's all in taxes.
No, that's not even taxes.
Oh.
That's the penalty you pay for taking the lump sum payment. The lottery keeps over half of it.
They penalize you?
Yes. Yeah. So if you take that money, you're walking away with $325. But again, you still, hey, if I'm making 10% on my money, yeah, you're going to live on that for the rest of your life, and you're going to be fine. It's a principle thing at this point to me. So now you
a principle that it doesn't even matter for you because you're not even going to try.
I know,
and you're not going to win anyway.
I know. But now you figure in the taxes. I had to walk through this. So if you live in a state with no income tax, then you're going to lose less than another state. But you're going to lose about $120 million into taxes minimum. So now you're at $204 million. So again, walking that out, you've lost $544 million. You're basically getting 28% of the entire total that you thought was going to be X, but it turns into this. I mean, there's a lot of things we buy. You start off buying something, and by the time they get to the checkout, you're like, how did it end up being this? Oh, like a car. You're like, okay, the car is $35,000. Great, I'll take it. Okay, great. Here's a dealer fee. Here's a this. Here's a this. And now you're like at $43,000. Like, what just happened? So if you were to take the annuity, though, this is in case, Betty Rock, you decide to play. The annuity is about $25 million before taxes every year that you would get. Okay, so you're getting $25 million a year.
I could live off that.
100% you could live off that because in the next year you're going to get another 25. So let's say you spent $5 million your first year. Your next year you're going to be at $45 million. Like you're going to live well.
I'm doing great
for the rest of your life. But see, if then you take the taxes out and all that other stuff. So basically you're going to get about $25 million a year. That is an additional $500 million, which is $300 more than taking the lump sum payment. So basically, if you will be patient and just take $25 million a year, you're going to make $300 million more than if you take the lump sum payment. That's taxes and everything included.
So you'd have to save up for that battleship.
Yeah, I'd have to wait for a couple years. Yeah, it's going to be denied gratification, but it's worth the wait. Absolutely. So there you go. If you're thinking about playing the lottery, I think it's maybe tonight or something. If you live in a state like that, my buddy Greg came in, and my buddy's already retired, and he's got all the money he needs and stuff like that. And when he came to town, he played the lottery, and I'm like, dadgummit, this guy's going to, because they don't have it in his state. I'm like, dadgummit, this guy's going to win the lottery. And like, he's going to have even more to retire on. When I'm just like looking at like, can I just barely do it, kind of thing.
Goodness.
And I'm going to eat SpaghettiOs and stuff for about a year or two, but it'll be fine. And I thought he was going to win, but he didn't. At least, unless he took the advice of the experts and was like, don't tell anybody.
He knew not to tell you.
He did, yeah. That's why he's smarter than me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lady Rock, what do you got?
Well, I would like a segue, actually.
Give me it. What is it?
Mine is a Best Buy date.
Okay. Best Buy date. Oh, okay. I will say this though. Like if I won all of this money, I am still gonna be somewhat frugal with certain things. Yes, battleship, private jet, all of those things. But I am going to buy my milk, and I'm going to drink it all the way up until the expiration date, for sure.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because my story is about Best Buy dates.
No, it is not.
No way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it turns out that, when you get a thing of milk or cereal, cookies, things like that, you look on the label, and it's like Best Buy date.
Right.
And so the thing is that I didn't know this. There are 50 different labels that tell you when a food product is out of date, 50 different types. So we don't have one that we just stick to.
Right.
And that's where confusion is coming in because we think, and this is what I was always told, was the Best Buy date is telling you once it's hit that date, it's trash.
Yeah.
Throw it out. But it turns out that it's really meant for, it's going to have its best quality
up
on
till
that date.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're really throwing out good food because some people, I know my mom, like if bread is getting closer and closer to the end date, she'll just go ahead and throw it out.
I do that too. I was lying earlier about running something to the end. If I'm within a day of the expiration date on milk, I won't drink it. My wife will go like 3 days past it. I'm like, what? Like, what, do you got a cow stomach? Ugh. Like, where you could handle that? There's no way.
And she's so picky. That makes no sense.
I know.
Anyway, California will be the first state that requires that there be best of labels put on everything, but they're sticking to one label. So they're going to have best if used by, and that's for quality. And then there's going to be a label that says used by, and that's meant for safety. So if your product, if it's the date of if the product has the date that's used for use by, then you need to throw it out.
Right, exactly.
But
Yeah, so it's an expiration date.
Right, but best if used by, if the date is at that time or a little bit after, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
You're mainly looking at the use by date.
It depends on the food, like, and how much I really want it. If I look at the best buy date and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll still probably eat it.
Well, and two, you have to think about, even if some packages have resealable containers, sometimes those don't work.
And they're not as good.
Yeah, you still have to find a way to seal them up. So you have to put that into consideration as well. Like, for instance, with Oreos, they have those peel back tops.
Yeah.
But air gets caught in those and all that. So what I do is I try and get as much air out as I can when I put that top back down. But then I put it in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag.
Oh, absolutely.
Smart.
That helps with the freshness.
When I travel, I put all my junk food in the travel bags and that stuff, because I'll take like chips and I'll take them out of their bag. So I just put them in that, even when it's resealable, because that stuff works really, really good. So there you go. Some tips for you there as well. We have some meetings to do and some videos to shoot today. I apologize. So we're going to move on to birthdays because there's never an expiration date on that. Well, no, that's not true. When you die, there's an expiration date. Oh,
happy birthday!
Yeah, please don't be a child right out of the gate.
Gary wants to wish his wife a happy
yes,
birthday.
All right.
He said it's her birthday and our 31st wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Wow.
On
the same day?
That's weird.
I guess. She likes puzzles, dabbles with playing the ukulele, and is an amazing and caring woman.
I wonder if he's a genius or not, because can he get away with, oh, it's your birthday and anniversary. I got you one birthday present, one anniversary gift. And I don't know.
See,
or all is one.
I don't know many women who would allow that.
Yeah, I mean, that would never fly in my house for sure.
That's true. You
woman.
get your wife a Mother's Day gift.
I know.
And she's not even your mom.
Oh, I know. I hook my wife up. And so, now it's like, okay, it's funny. So I always make a joke. Like when it gets close to my birthday, because my birthday's coming up, like she'll be looking at stuff online and be like, oh, this is really cute. I think I like this. I'm like, oh, well, my birthday's coming up. Why don't you get it for you? And so...
so she gifts herself for your birthday?
She never does, but I always say that. That's the joke.
Oh.
So last night, she's in Mexico on a work trip. She sent me a picture of a dress that she liked. She's like, oh, I'll probably buy this when I get home. I really like it. And so I went online, I bought it for her, and sent her a note back and just went, it's done. And she's like, wait, what? And because I knew she wouldn't do it, so I did it for her. And then I just said, well, my birthday's coming up. Consider it an early birthday present.
Do you realize that your daughter does the very same thing?
Oh, yeah, they both work me.
Yeah, they're
I think my wife doesn't, but my daughter definitely knows.
Yeah.
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 My daughter definitely works that.
Yeah. Marks, I don't think I told you the story, but, Haley, his daughter, is an only child, and so am I. And so we joked one time because Haley did this thing where she wanted some shoes. So she took a picture of them and she sent them to Wally and Marty. And Marty said, you know what? Why don't you Venmo her $50 and just get her those shoes?
Yeah.
And they did. And Haley texts them back like, why am I crying in this parking lot right now? So anyway, I sent a picture of something that I wanted to my dad. I can't even remember what it was. Guess what I got back from my dad?
What?
A thumbs up emoji.
Oh, no. That's rough.
That's all I got.
Yeah, it's just different when you have a really good kid. You want to love on
A
him.
really good kid.
I don't know. You must have done some really bad
I'm a dream
stuff.
come true. Jeez. Anyways,
They said we can't take anymore.
yeah. Gary wants to ask, what's the best thing about your job, not counting working with each other? Actually, Gary, I wouldn't even count that.
Like it's a lot of fun. Like there are a lot of jobs you go to that you don't like doing. And this job is fun for a lot of reasons. Like, you get to talk to people, hear their stories. They're part of the show. They get the inside jokes. Like, that's great. When you create something that works, that, is something that's funny and it works, or a topic that works, unlike one today where no one called and it was just, we have a thing that Betty started. Because I usually plan the show and I'll lay out what we're going to do. And then sometimes she'll come up with things that she wants to do, and so we'll write that in there. But every time I put something in, if it doesn't work, what is the song, Betty Lou?
Everybody hates you. Everybody hates you. Everybody hates you.
So she does that when no one calls for something. Now, it's rare, but it does happen. But Lord help us, when Betty Rock does something and it doesn't work, there's a million excuses to what could have possibly happened.
Working.
Yeah, there was tornadoes around the country and knocked out all the
Wally
phones.
jinxed me.
Yeah, but I can't sing the "Everybody Hates You" song to her. So there's definitely a double standard.
It's not truth.
Yeah, but the idea too of like when you get to create something that you come up with and you're like, you just do it the next day. Like, that's the one thing I really like about this job too. You don't have to go through 100 different committees to try and get something through. Radio is a business of immediacy. And it's also too a business where like people connect with you. Because they can just call, they can email, they can get a hold of you. You can't do that with like celebrities and stuff. They're at arm's length. Radio doesn't put those barriers between us. And so people feel like they genuinely know you. And when I'm out and about and I meet somebody, they're always so kind, and they always, I don't mean to be a bother. Like, you're never a bother. Stop me anytime. Like, I love it. I get to do this because you listen. And so, like, I think those are really cool moments too.
Well, mine would be because I get to spread the word of Jesus. But if you don't want to say that in yours, then
that's a good one. I thought you were going to say free meals at Support Drive.
That too.
Speaking of Support Drive, we have a pre-Support Drive challenge on it.
I would say Wally is a lot more extroverted than I am. So he does enjoy talking, getting people's opinions, things like that. He also likes to create. However, I like the fact that I have turned this job into home away from home. So I have my Bob Ross sticker book. Yeah. I also have my thing of sweet tea, and I have my candle. I have my heating blanket, and that's nice. Yeah. Like, that's what I enjoy, that I can just sit in front of a mic and just say what I want to say. Mm-hmm. Like, that's nice. I hate getting up at 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
But I love getting off at 1.
Yeah, that's another good thing is the schedule. You pay
tough.
for it in the morning, but boy, when you have the rest of your afternoon, it's so nice.
That's really nice. I like that Wally is creative, because then it leaves me with having to be less creative, and I can just help him with his ideas. Yeah. That I like. Yeah. Like recently when I told you about Natalie Grant and her post, and I was like, oh, that would be awesome. Like, you created it, you did it, but then I posted it and I made it look good.
Yeah, you did, and you made it look good. I remember leaving that day going, hey, thanks for homework. It's a good idea, but thanks for homework. Why don't you write it?
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, Marks, you're brand new. You've been here about a month and a couple days or something like that, because you were working while I was gone beforehand with Betty off air. And so now this is your first radio job. Like, you weren't even like skilled in that. And it's kind of like this is your first big boy job too, out of college, because you went to school and got your master's and stuff. So this is like the first 4. I'm sorry, it's us, but this is your first. We were gonna damage him so badly. I literally went home last night and I was thinking about this, Rock. I don't remember what made me think about it. I'm like, I think because I was thinking he's new and he's working his way into this, and I thought, are Betty and I toxic? Like, do we have a toxic work environment?
Oh, trust me. Me and my wife have plenty of those conversations at home.
Oh, do you really?
That we're toxic?
Totally. Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
My mom even told me once, like on the phone, she was asking how things were going, and I was like, oh, Mark's is getting in there. Like, I mean, it's a lot. He's drinking from a fire hose. And she said, well, you and Wally, that's a tough room to walk through.
It
and I
is.
was like, Mom.
Well, it is because you and I know each other's stories. I mean, we've worked together for 20 years.
And you repeat them over.
I know. So do you. That's the thing.
No, mine are interesting.
No, we're all yes. But like we know all the inside jokes and we can finish each other's sentences like and so it's a tough room to walk into, and sometimes we can be a smidge negative.
You.
Me, but you too. Like last week was your week of negativity.
Pull the tapes. Tapes.
Of what?
Of when I first started here and I was young, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
You were like Marks.
I was, yeah.
And look what we did to you.
Exactly.
This is what I have to look forward to.
Yeah.
I was a ray of sunshine. You couldn't get me down. Now look at me.
I know. A disaster train wreck of bitterness.
Dumpster fire.
Before I started radio, I was an optimist. That's the craziest thing. I was an optimist back in the day. I was the glasses half full, everything's fine. And then I got into radio. And
I never met that man.
No. This is before you. Mainstream radio destroyed me. And for like, I became super cynical, super jaded. And then coming here and everybody is pink, fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. I didn't fit in. And I've had to try to figure this out and still be kind of who I am. But I've gotten better. But yeah, I'm still like super cynical. You know, I think I've trained that in myself and now I can't get rid of it. But then I was like, man, are we toxic? The toxic twins? I don't know. But what are you enjoying about the job so far, Marks?
I absolutely adore how the consistency in how spontaneous this job can be. I love how every day is a brand new day with all these different bits and all these different breaks that we're doing and all these different videos that we're filming and editing. But at the same time, like the people I'm working with are very consistent, and I feel like the weekly schedule is very consistent.
Yeah.
In a very spontaneous way. So you're never bored here.
Yeah. No, there's always something different. We call it creative factory work because you have frameworks that you work inside of, but you do something different inside of that framework. And so that helps keep it from getting mundane or stuff. And I've told everybody too, like you get up too early in the morning to not have fun. And when this isn't fun, then you got to go do something else. Or you have to change it and like, okay, well, did we make this not fun? What's wrong? And stuff. And so like, I hate getting up, but he's beat me into work every day since he started. He's been here. He's been the first one in. I was always the first one in. And we kind of set it up. Like I always got here like 5 or a few minutes before. And then Betty would roll in. And
Guess
then
who's the last one in?
Betty Rock. That's it, yeah. But you're not first out though either. Like you're not last in or first out usually.
Right.
So that's
Yesterday
good.
I was.
You do, yeah. But we all have those days.
We have those days.
That's the beautiful thing about this schedule is sometimes you can work really hard, get stuff done, and some days you're done early and you're good for the day. Other days you're like, oh, I'm just gonna take my work home. I'd rather work at home because I do. I'd much rather work on my creative stuff at home. And then some days you work at home and you work all the way up until you go to bed, and then you start over the next day and stuff. So it really does. It's kind of up and down, but still, I won't complain about it because it is still the best job I've ever had. And I feel very privileged to do this every day.
So stop complaining.
Yeah, don't be a pain in the butt, Poddies. No. All right, that's going to do it for your Aftercast. And thanks for being a Poddie.